Chair calls Glenda Hawthorne.
Good evening, Chairman. Actually, it's good morning. My name is Glenda Hawthorne, and I am a 61-year-old grandmother and former teacher. My work requires me to travel frequently, mostly to Austin and back to El Paso, which up until August 19th of last year was really not a problem for me. However, it was on that date that I became a hip replacement patient. Unfortunately, since my surgery, I set off the metal detectors at the airports, and now I must endure the humiliation of an aggressive full-body pat-down every single time I fly. I have a hip replacement patient ID card that I had to jump through hoops to get it from my own doctor. But when I show this to the agents as I walk through the metal detectors, they say, "Oh, put that away, it doesn't matter. Anybody could get a card like that. Your purse could be stolen and somebody could wind up with your card. So just put it away, doesn't matter." I must confess that because of my very nature, and also because of the work that I do on a daily basis, I'm an advocate for public school employees. I cannot seem to be able to allow strangers to feel my breasts, my groin, and my buttocks without voicing my objections that they are violating my Fourth Amendment constitutional rights and the Texas Penal Code as it defines assault. I am often met with the comments such as, "We operate under federal law, not state law." My worst TSA experience so far occurred at the Austin Bergstrom Airport on November 28th of this past year. I verbally registered my objections so vigorously that they confiscated my boarding pass, photographed my ID, and refused to allow me to fly that day. As my lovely daughter drove my niece and me through the airport entrance the next day, I began to shake and choke up with emotion. I told her, "Just drop us off. My plan is I'll rent a car, and then I'll cancel our flights. I have to see if I can rent a car first before I cancel the flights." So I was able to do that, and my niece and I drove the 600 miles home to El Paso, Texas. I was supposed to fly back to Austin the following weekend for a board meeting. I canceled it. And my niece and I were supposed to fly back again the following weekend, that's a lot of flying, for our Christmas vacation with my daughter and her family. I canceled those flights, opting instead to drive back to Austin, the 600 miles, and then home again when Christmas break was over. Flying out of El Paso is no better, as they have installed the body scanner machines there. I, as well as my 41-year-old mentally handicapped niece, always opt out of that other degrading procedure. My niece is also subjected to the full body's pat-downs, and I always ask her, because I am her legal guardian, and it's my responsibility under the law to take care of her and see after her well-being. I always ask her how she feels after it's over, and she states, "I not feel good." She may be mentally handicapped, but even she knows these procedures are wrong. Most recently, what has been happening is that after they search me and they go to test their gloves outside my view, an alarm has sounded, been triggered. Another TSA worker then subjects me to a second assault with a fresh pair of gloves, I hope. This has now happened twice at the El Paso airport, and it's happened now also to my niece. They have taken our boarding passes and photographed our IDs again. This has happened twice now. So to me, I am now in the system, and it is escalating. I just can't seem to keep my mouth shut. I guess they're gonna show me. I asked this last time, what would happen if, after they broke me the second time and sniffed their fingers, what would happen if it alarmed again a second time? I asked this to this young kid, TSA agent, and he said, that's on a need-to-know basis. So I was thinking, well, this is happening to me, so I think I need to know. But he didn't tell me anything. Ladies and gentlemen, because of my hip replacement and because I refuse to be irradiated by the federal government, I am subjected to physical as well as emotional assault and the violation of my Fourth Amendment constitutional rights every time I fly. I am not a criminal or a terrorist. I am a law-abiding citizen of the United States of America and a natural-born Texan. You go, girl. As you move forward in your consideration of House Bill 1937, I hope that you will do what is right for not only me, but the thousands of other Texans like me who face this debasement and degradation on a daily basis at Texas airports. Thank you. I'll stand for questions.
Any questions? Ms. Hawthorne, El Paso is a very long way off. Thank you for making the journey. The only consolation I can offer you is, since I represent most of the highway between here and El Paso, it's a beautiful drive.